Hello.
What's up?
Hey, everybody.
How's it going?
Welcome back.
to Cut to the Feels. Yeah.
Another episode.
Mhm.
Soli, how are you, my friend?
Mary, I've been very wonderful, sis. How have you been?
I've been really good. I feel like we usually talk about how stressful things are.
Yeah.
But things are good.
It's been a good summer.
It's been a good summer.
Yeah, a lot of things
Awfully a little toasty, but
Yeah.
great summer so
Happens.
far.
You want to tell the audience why it's been great, like a little recap.
Right. So overall, I mean, I've also been off of school.
Phenomenal.
Wow. I'm living a great life. I actually start next week. I
I
didn't
was
tell
gonna
you.
ask you.
I start on Tuesday. I start on
That's
Tuesday, but it's
exciting.
async.
Okay.
So
How many
she's going to be
classes
cute.
now?
Just one.
Okay.
And then we start properly again in the fall.
Okay.
So I had a wonderful summer break. Honestly, I'm so grateful. It was
Yeah.
great. But very specifically, Soli and I co-hosted our first join party.
Yeah.
It was a Y2K themed party.
I was finally able to witness one of Mary's great parties. She throws these incredible parties that I had to participate in virtually for the last year and a half, 2 years.
2 years, yeah. It's your first
And-
time
yeah.
RSVPing, yes. I
Yes,
always
yeah.
send you an invite regardless of your
Yeah.
time zone.
Yeah, you do, which I
And
appreciate.
and then sometimes you're like, maybe. And I'm like,
Oh,
what do
she
you mean
gonna
by
pop
that?
in? Yeah.
I go. But it was so nice to actually have you over.
Yeah.
We spent the whole day prepping.
It was a phenomenal party.
It was so good.
I
was
mean,
so good.
I'm sure the rest were incredible, but everybody was on theme. Like people
Yes.
dressed up.
Yes.
I think the people we had here also mingled pretty well.
I think the crowd was what made it extremely distinct.
Yes.
It was genuinely like a room of people that we
Oh,
cared
yeah.
about.
I
It
was
was
saying,
there
this is what weddings
weren't.
are.
We had one
Yeah.
stranger only.
Who's the stranger? Oh, I mean, okay. She's staring at me.
We had one unexpected stranger, but
Yeah.
overall, it was literally just people that we both cared about. And
Yes.
I met some of her good people that
And-
hadn't met.
Yeah.
Tony met some of my good people that she hadn't
Yeah.
met yet. We had some best from
Incredible.
the past people. We had some tech people. It was a wonderful,
Bro,
wonderful time.
Such a heartwarming time. Such a phenomenal party.
yeah.
Although no one really danced like that, it was like everybody
Right.
was enjoying the conversation so much.
We were deep in convo.
Yeah.
We were deep in convo.
Yeah, it was a convo kind of party.
And I actually, this is such a crazy statement, but as we were prepping the playlist earlier in the day,
Yeah.
I realized I don't actually like Y2K music like
You're
that.
kidding.
No, seriously. Remember, I was like, I mean, it's good, but like, I don't really want to hear it.
That's true.
I learned something about myself.
That's true, actually.
I learned something about myself.
Yeah.
But also, I think one of the nice things was people were really engaging with the DJ
Yes.
set. And people
Mary
were
had her
learning.
DJ set out. People loved it.
Yes.
It was kind of the center of the party.
I really like
Yeah.
that. There's always needs to be a little je ne sais quoi,
Yes.
right?
That's
a
pretty
little.
good.
But I love, shout out to everybody that came, especially the ones that put effort in their outfits.
10 out of
It
10.
meant a lot.
Everybody
It
killed.
meant
I
a
mean,
lot.
obviously, I want to shout out like our siblings. Really
Yes.
shout out. I would love
Our
to say
siblings really,
they did
Yeah.
their good one.
yes, they did. Shout out Manasseh, shout out
Yeah,
Monarchy.
yes.
I admittedly still have a few decorations still up.
Yes. The decorations were also a 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah, we really ate with that.
It
We
was
really ate
so
with that.
good.
We really ate with that.
Yeah, it
I
was
think that
pretty
was
good.
another. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to us.
Yeah, shout out to us. We
Shout out to us.
did an incredible job.
Yeah.
Everything was smooth sailing. I think by the end of the night, the apartment was also kind of squeaky clean.
It was
Yeah.
guys, okay. Like
Kind of.
past parties. Also, we didn't have a lot of drinkers this time.
That's true.
Past parties where people were genuinely drinking and also just like a very different crowd. The next morning, guys, I would need to put like it would take me the whole day to clean the kitchen in the sense that the floor was so sticky that I would have to like pour some bleach like detergent, leave it for a while, scrub, put more. I would have to do like 3 rounds just to enter my kitchen. And I am a coffee addict. I need my coffee in the morning. I would have to go get coffee.
Yeah.
Things used to be really sticky. But, it's part of throwing a party.
of
Like,
course,
it's not
we
me
expect it.
complaining,
Yeah.
but just the contrast to,
Yeah.
like, I woke up and things were clean.
Yeah.
And never happened before.
No, it literally, like, I made Mary take out her rug and everything underneath
Yeah.
her couch because I was like, it might go crazy. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want this,
It's true. No, I'm so
Yeah.
glad you did. Actually, it was clearer than usual because, like, we like cleared out the living room a little bit, and I'm like, why is it looking great? Like, there's
Yeah.
still things that are in my bedroom that I haven't brought out here because I love it.
Oh, like how clear.
I
it
love
is,
how
yeah.
clear it is. Yeah.
That was,
So thank you for all your help and advice on that, sister.
Bro.
And thanks for the cleanup crew. Shout out to
The cleanup crew was such a
yeah.
fun time.
So that was a great
Yeah,
one.
it was
and
phenomenal, bro.
it was lovely to do it with you, sister.
Of course. This was one of my favorite memories.
Yes.
And credit to you for the Y2K theme, like the
Yes.
mastermind,
Shout out ChatGPT.
writing the invitation. Delicious invitation
Yes.
to every single person that showed up and is also listening right now.
Yes.
We appreciate you and we can't wait to see you guys again.
the next one.
Hopefully, yeah. Next
A
event.
soft launching our next event.
Yeah. Might be a wedding,
Yes.
It's not, guys.
Just a dress code related event.
Yeah.
Anyways,
What else has been going on?
What else has been going
Something has been very apparent in our life.
yes.
Our parents also have been noticing this very big deal.
Yes.
It's interesting because it's been a constant topic of conversation. I'm at least in my home, it's very constant.
In my home of one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we actually talked about this over family dinner. So Mary's parents were very kind to invite my family over to dinner, like sometime last week. We went, and obviously as parents, they were, saying a thing or two about our habits that they don't really love right now. And obviously the biggest one was our relationship to our social media phones, basically.
Yeah.
Like how much time we spent on
Screens.
our screens, basically, any kind of screen, specifically phones. And we actually had a lengthy conversation about it.
Yes.
And it, Mary and I are very aware of the impacts. Where?
We know, and we talk about it. Like we've been talking about it. I feel like ever since
Even college, I would say.
in college we talked about. But my journey is like I really didn't care in college. Like I knew, like we get a update every Sunday. It tells you your screen time and all that kind of like.
Yeah.
I've been knowing it was like 7 hours plus.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I had a great relationship with TikTok.
Her TikTok was top tier. Like her algorithm giving her golden.
It was so funny. Was it really informative? Not really. Like pop culture wise, sure, but some people like genuinely claim that they get the news and stuff like that from them. I just didn't. Not that that's not real. I just didn't. And it was also a way of connecting with you guys, like sending memes, whatever,
videos,
TikToks. I loved that. Even a way of connecting with my brother, because we didn't live in the same place, so it was and it never mattered to me because in college you have like an hour and 15 minutes here, an hour and 15 minutes there where you actually have to focus, and then the rest of your time is up to you. Like you want to sleep, you want to stay up, you want to be on TikTok, you want to watch a movie, you want to go to the gym, it's all up to you. And so it didn't impact my day-to-day, honestly. To be honest, it was a source of joy.
Yeah.
Which is not good when it's an addiction, which mine definitely was. How was yours in college? And then how was that transition for you?
So in college, I think my biggest social media problem is with Instagram specifically.
Okay.
I deleted TikTok when I was in college, I think junior year, and I only had it on my laptop, and my laptop broke later. So I think I log into TikTok maybe twice a year now. Instagram is the big problem for me because I use it to my excuse is, I need to keep connected with people, etc., etc. And I was always in the cycle of downloading and deleting and downloading. Like one day I'd have it, and then the other day I'm like, guys, I don't have it. So like it's just been this vicious cycle of like on and off with Instagram since before college, I'd even love to say. And I think once I started my full-time job, it was easier to not be on my phone because obviously you're not on your phone when you're at work. And I had to be in office like every day of the week, like aside from weekends, obviously. So it kind of helped me regulate my relationship to social media a lot, honestly. Because once I'm out, I'm just like catching up with people, calling people. I'm like, my screen time on social media would be maybe like an hour or 2 hours a day because I'm just tired by that point, right? And then more recently, I have so much free time. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, I have 10 hours to myself. Maybe I'll be productive maybe half of that time. Like, if I'm just being completely honest. And this is like my most productive day ever. And then the rest, completely up to me. Like, I'll go somewhere, I'll come back, scroll a little bit. And it's so interesting because my dad is witnessing, I actually living with my family for the first time in such a long time. Phenomenal, amazing. But also, it's my dad's first time kind of just seeing me. And
really like observing you.
Yeah, he's observing
like
me.
a zoo animal.
Yeah, so he's like, oh my God, how is this one living? Like, you know,
Yeah,
what's the habits? And obviously, this is not the best habit for him to see. But as a parent, he's also like, why are you on your phone like that? Yeah, quite concerned. And I'm like, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't know what to do. Like, I mean, I would like to say I'm a person who tries out a lot of different things. Like, I try to keep myself busy, try to keep myself out of the house just so I'm not like having an excuse to do whatever. But even with that, I just still have so much time. I just feel like I have so much time. And so, anyway, it was a conversation that happened.
Yeah. So I like this because we have different journeys with social media and we're into different apps, but still have the same problem.
Same issue, yeah.
So for me, my transition from college to work in terms of like our relationship to screens was very different because my workplace is a little more flexible in the sense that I could work from home kind of whenever I want.
Yeah.
But I go in 2 to 3 times a week. And I feel like, like yours, I feel like was more socially engaging.
Yes.
Because again, you had to go in person every day. And for me, it was a little more like, you know, like especially like my first 6 months, there were days where like I would have 1 meeting or 0 meetings. And then it's like just me. So I clocked from the first like 2 weeks of working that TikTok and I can no longer coexist. Because especially, you know, like people like in the corporate world know, like, you know, when you're like when you're at the start of a job, like you're doing trainings and
onboarding stuff,
extremely boring.
Yeah.
And if there was anything boring in my path, I will. It's like, so like, I like wake up and I'm like, wait, when I didn't even know where my phone was.
Yeah.
Wait, how am I like 20 minutes into scrolling when I don't even remember clicking on the TikTok app?
Yeah.
And so I knew very quickly that, and also like, you know, I don't know, perfectionist, people pleaser, whatever you want to call it. I was like, I will get fired. Yeah. I was so serious. I was like, I can't work like this. So I immediately got rid of TikTok. I think I'm done with TikTok.
Yeah, I believe like she's doing.
If I get back on TikTok,
it's a problem.
Be concerned.
Yeah.
Stop me.
Yeah. No.
Stop me.
But she's done a phenomenal job for the last like 2 years.
Yeah. And then it just became like a straight up scrolling addiction where I was just scrolling on anything. Like I was scrolling on LinkedIn, and then I got Instagram. I was scrolling. I mean, I've had Instagram, but like my addiction transferred to Instagram. Yeah. So it's like, it's not necessarily the app. It's really just the scrolling. It's almost like a lottery, not lottery, slot machine thing. Yeah. So, and then I got rid of Instagram for a really long time. It was extremely difficult in the beginning, and then it was fine.
That was iconic, by the way.
But then it was. Yeah. It was like 9 months or something.
Yeah, very long.
And then I felt really out of the loop, and it kind of like just download to check something, then delete it, but then I couldn't deactivate, and then it just got complicated.
Yeah.
Long story short, we're in different points in our life and have the same issue.
Yeah.
And, you know, talking to our parents, other parents, girl, even within our own friends, we know that this is a problem that everybody's dealing with. And so literally the next day, we watched Toy Story 5.
Let me tell you something. So I think I watched Toy Story 1 and 2 when I was like very young. I have no recollection of what happened. And in my head it's just like, okay, whatever. Toys. So Mary was like, "Oh, if you're down, like no pressure at all, but like, I want to watch Toy Story 5." Obviously, I said, "Okay, let's go." Um One of my favorite movies I've watched in a while. It was fun. The entire like cinema room was filled with kids, by the way.
Yeah. Like literally, like the people to the to the left of me were like making fart noises with their armpits and stuff. Like it was literally full of
Yeah.
kids. Yeah.
I think I laughed more than half the population there. Like I
We were
laughing,
cackling. We were cackling.
getting emotional. I know my parents would love it because it's exactly what they were like. Our parents, exactly what they were preaching. It was about like devices kind of taking over traditional ways of entertaining ourselves, our dopamine
And how that's
production,
our interpersonal relationships,
our attention spans,
our
even.
attention spans.
Yeah.
It kind of makes us like low energy people,
Yeah,
you know?
we're mummies. We're just
Literally.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah. The walking literally.
Yeah, no, literally.
And I mean, obviously, Toy Story was specifically focusing on children. So, like, when you're young and making your first friends and exploring the boundaries of your imagination, stuff like that with people, and also not, yeah, it was more of an imagination thing, but it's why same.
Very
We need
applicable,
our
yeah,
imagination.
yes.
We can be entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
etc. Your creativity on the whole. And it was quite emotional, like you said. And
I mean, it also really highlighted how parents influence the kids because there are parts where they'd show like homes and kind of zoom out to see who's on their devices. Not only are the kids on it, the toys are making fun of the parents because they are also so encapsulated by whatever's on the device that they're not even paying attention to their kids or their surroundings. These toys are just right behind them and they don't even know what's happening, So these kids look at their parents who are on their devices all the time. What do you expect them to do?
true. And something that was brought up at the family dinner was
Yeah.
like they need an example.
Yes.
Kids need an example. And I'm raising my hand when I say kids. I am a guy. We need
Yes,
we need
yeah.
help. We definitely need help.
Of course.
And so yeah, it was just all really in theme.
Yes.
And we thought that this is something that we should definitely discuss. So, Soli, is there anything that you're currently doing that you think is particularly making it more difficult to get off your screen, or particularly making it a lot easier to get off your screen? Any advice in that?
That is a great question, Mary. I mean, I'm not the right person to answer this question, right? Like, I'm an in-between. Yeah.
Personal thing. Like, are there things that like you realize you're on your phone more than usual?
Yeah. I think I'm on my phone more than usual when the schedule I am in full control of my schedule, like consistently, right? So if I have a lot of time to myself, if I lack structure, I think, let me put it that way. When I lack structure, I find myself on my phone way too much. That's just how my brain works.
Yeah.
So if I'm supposed to wake up by like 6 a.m. every day, and one thing I like to do is I paint in the mornings. I'm not great at it, but I do it just
I love
for
that.
exercise,
I love that.
I paint and then I prep my breakfast. And then after that, 9 times out of 10, I feel productive because I'm like, oh, my days, I have a head start. So like, let me do some work. And then I try to book a workout class or whatever because I'm like, okay, let me leave the house for a bit, tire myself out. Then I'm home by like midday or something. I do some more work. And then, I mean, honestly, I find myself, like, something I tried to do recently is instead of listening to songs, and this ties to like viewing, because I need to view myself as a productive person and in the first place to convince myself that I don't need to scroll on my phone. So obviously removing social media from my phone.
Let's talk a
That's
little
the
bit
first-
about
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
What do you think about removing social media? Like, do you think that there's obviously no right answer,
Yeah.
but do you see that as more of a cop out, or do you see that as like, oh, you're controlling, or you're, controlling your environment, or is it a mix of both?
You're controlling your environment would be my answer, Mary. But there are instances where it works and it doesn't. For TikTok, for me, completely worked. Haven't thought about TikTok. I'm not even tempted to go back to TikTok, right? Instagram, different story.
Yeah.
I, for some reason, can't seem to fully remove myself from wanting to be on Instagram. So I just have to delete it whenever I can. It might be for a week. It might be for a day. Whenever I delete it, I just delete it. To be fair, there are times where I deleted it for longer than that, like for a few months. And times where I had it on my phone and I didn't scroll for like a while. So I think it depends on the season you're in. But for me, my strongest problem, like my biggest problem is with Instagram. At this point, I just deal with it as it comes. But what would your answer be, Mary?
So look, here's the thing about Instagram specifically, and this might be similar for us, but there are two elements, right? There's like the scrolling, turning your brain off element, and then there's the socializing element.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we DM people, people that we care about post stories, we want to catch up with people, etc.
Yeah.
So I think that's what makes it a little more difficult. So for me, and I'm by no means saying that I've succeeded at this, but I don't like when I delete it. For me personally, it's like it feels like I've given up. Like I'm like, okay, I can't control myself, therefore let me remove it, because I know it's inevitably coming back.
Yeah.
If I make a decision where I'm like, I'm gonna live without Instagram forever, like I did for TikTok, I could, but I'm actively choosing not to.
Exactly.
I feel like in terms of like not only communicating with people that we know, but even, you know, just seeing trends out there, understanding like what are the new events in the area and things like for genuine, not necessarily like news, but for actual information, especially when it comes to social things, that's where we get it, right?
I agree,
So I'm like, okay, if I'm not going to decide to permanently get rid of it, I would love to get to a point where I'm just more intentional about when I'm on it and when I'm not on it.
I mean,
one day.
One day. It's definitely like, that's why I'm saying it's a work in progress. We have the ideal way of getting there, but we haven't gotten there yet. With some of the apps we did, but not devices, you know?
And then in terms of the first question that I asked, I think that, and I've actually successfully been doing this for 1 week. So
Good, okay.
Tap on my back.
Yeah.
We'll check it in the next episode if I make it. But I think, like you said, structure.
Yeah.
And I totally agree. But I would tweak that a bit and say it's like about intention.
Mm.
Like I find myself on social media or just scrolling mindlessly, which is what we're trying to avoid on the whole. It's not necessarily just social media, but social media is one of the things that really keeps us on our phones, right? What keeps me on my phone, it's like when for example, like if I go to work, come home, and have no like preconceived like plan for what I want to do, or like really like take time maybe earlier in the week or at the end of the week to say, okay, these are the things that are going to be good for me this week. These are things that I want to do, and then do it. If I don't have that, which again is structure, so much time will be wasted. Yes. And then it's a cycle of, and then I feel bad. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do hard things. Oh my gosh, I'm a failure. I go to bed unhappy. And then I wake up and I'm like, I have to do this day. Which is a cycle that we don't want to be in, right? Which is ultimately why we're talking about it. It's not inevitably the phone that's a problem. It's just that it's not good for us and it doesn't make us feel good. There's nobody that scrolls for 5 hours and it's like, oh my God, let's tackle the day.
Yeah.
Nobody, for sure. So, but which is obviously more difficult, more friction, when I'm like, okay, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to go to whatever, Barnes and Nobles, whatever it is, whatever you plan on doing. Once you actually do it, not only does it make you feel better about yourself by the time you get, whether you're in the car or home or wherever you are, or on the metro where you're scrolling, once you're feeling a little up, you have a little more things to think about. Yeah. Again, you can stay intentional and say like, you know, I'm not going to be on my phone. I'm going to take in this moment. Yeah. Like, you know, especially when I'm commuting, I'm like, there is so much happening right now. Like if I'm just like on the bus or I'm like, let me just look around. so many things happening.
Yeah.
And then once you get home, you're probably tired. Or even once you're home, you probably have certain things that you want to do. Even if you want to purely entertain yourself, like be like, okay, I'm going to watch one episode of something instead of like, I'm going to play this until I'm sleepy.
Yeah.
And so I think structure and intention, again, it's a lot more effort than necessary. But again, like all this social media stuff is like, let me make things so much more convenient for you.
Yeah.
And that is, I feel like that's the main trap that we need to try to avoid.
I agree. I mean, one thing I'd love to add to that, Mary, is like as a recovering addict, I'd love to say
We
from
are.
like short form content,
Mhm.
which is primarily what we're getting, right? The easiest way for me that I found works was transitioning from short form to long form and then starting to detach from long form to maybe no content at all. So some easy swaps that I did, instead of scrolling on Instagram, I find my favorite YouTubers, I put on a YouTube video.
That's a step
Background.
up.
Yeah.
That's a step
It's
up.
like a 30-minute video, full attention. I finish it and I'm entertained. And also, I learned a lot more from that video than I did. And it can be silly things about like ancient civilizations or countries or etc. And then another thing that I did in my car, I don't know if I told you this, but for some reason, music is categorized under short form content in my head. Because like my brain jumps a lot.
It is like, I feel like I categorize it as there's definitely short form and long form, but I also see it as like I don't need my brain to be on versus I need my brain to be on.
I see. That's a good way to
Yeah.
categorize.
So I didn't mean to cut you off, but like
Yeah.
like similar, like for me, like when I'm on Netflix, like okay, there are times where I'm like I want to watch. Like right now, I'm rewatching Schitt's Creek.
Oh,
So like I put on an
Amazing
episode of
show.
Schitt's Creek, right? And then I'm like, okay, I decide I'm gonna watch one or two, and then when I'm done, I'm like, oh, like I convince myself that staying on the couch and watching something is what I deserve after this long hard day or whatever, right? But then I'm like, okay, you want to watch something so bad? News. Or
Yeah.
you want to watch something so bad? Documentary.
Yeah, something
And then sometimes I'm actually genuinely interested, and then sometimes I actually realize I don't want this. I just want to turn my brain off.
yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, the next best thing. Also, the next best thing is always
Still
so
no.
much better though. Like because like if it's like okay, if it's not TV or like if it's not screens, it's always gonna be better. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go for a walk.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's genuinely more entertaining than cleaning,
Yes.
for example.
Yes.
Not for
No,
everyone.
I mean, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's like, okay, if I'm not going for a walk, the next best thing is like, okay, let me start this book. Like I'm
Yeah.
not sure if it's gonna be let me start it. Because then it's better than getting ready for bed or whatever. Whatever it is that's not screens, if you're sick of it or you choose to watch something that's a little more that has a little more friction,
Yeah.
it genuinely is better for you.
I agree.
And we encourage everyone to give that a
Yes.
shot. It is hard.
Yeah.
And like what again, like I'm only a week in. What I'm feeling is that it takes so much effort to plan what I'm going to do on the day. And it's like, I'm like, oh, should I go? Like, I'm literally like, should I go to this library? I'm
Yeah.
like,
already overwhelmed.
Like-
Yeah, you're like already.
I'm like,
great.
I'm going home, actually,
Yeah.
you know? And so that's what I'm currently struggling with. And again, we are not experts. We're just sharing
Our
what we're
own,
going
lessons,
through.
Yeah.
But we do want to just push this idea of being more intentional and don't default to turning off your brain when you have downtime.
Yeah.
Anything you want to wrap with, Soli?
I mean, the main thing I would say is like think about the next generation, and I mean ourselves included, but how do you want to lead a generation out of the mess that was created before us and during our time, right? So I'm thinking the younger generation, younger cousins, even kids or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to ensure that they're not going through the current crisis that we're going through? So we kind of have to be an example for them.
That's totally true.
Yeah.
Like when I think about like whoever my future partner is, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, and I feel like that's again when you're going back to your 20s, who do you want to be?
Yeah.
What you repeat, you become, right?
Exactly.
You become your habits.
Yeah.
and I do not want to become
defined
my current
a phone
habits.
addict, yeah.
And so that's why both Soli and I are thinking like, okay, we need
lock in.
major
Yeah,
changes.
we need to be serious.
Because the things that I repeat the most, I don't stand by,
Yeah.
honestly.
Agreed.
I think we've mentioned this on the pod before, but I'll bring it back. If like there was an audience watching your life as a movie, what would they be screaming to you?
Yes. Like, don't do it. Or,
Exactly.
yeah.
Don't do it, or put it down,
Yeah.
or
Continue.
get up,
even.
whatever
Yeah.
it is, or
Yeah.
good job, right?
Yes.
And so, who do you guys want to be?
Yeah.
That's what your 20s are all about, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of all we had to say. It's a short episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Yeah. We know it's difficult, guys, but we can go on this journey together. We'll keep you guys posted on these things, but
maybe we can have like a little poll where they're like, do you support us going off? Maybe we should do a challenge, like don't go on our favorite app for X amount of time, and then we can give them an update.
I think we should definitely we'll decide that, and then we'll give people updates.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys,
thank you for tuning in. It was lovely to catch up
as per usual.
Yes.
Thank you,
and
sister.
thank you, Mir. Catch you guys next time.
Bye.